I'm so honored to be a ambassador at Represent Justice. And at this time, one of the projects I'm working on along with my cohort is our artist statement. I didn't know what an artist statement was, but I'm learning that as I write and do social media posts or videos or whatever, that is very important to make sure that I identify the population of people that I want to see it. Align my story with the work that I'm doing. Show people different bills that's taking place across the country. And so things like that I didn't know before then, but I just feel honored that we're receiving these trainings. So as we continue to go through the trainings at the end of the year, we could tighten up our artist statement, and make it very very presentable, and I just want to just hit on a little bit about you know my life over the last 17 years I've been home. As I've spoken in many many venues, you know people will ask me, what do you think, you could have done different? And as a 49-year-old man sitting here today, you know, it's a lot of things I feel that I could have done different. But as that 16-year-old child at that time, I didn't know what I could have done different. I did have a support system there around me, people that I could have went to, but I didn't know how to go and talk to them about what I was going through because I couldn't explain why I was dealing with this stuff. I couldn't explain the depression. I couldn't explain none of that. So I don't know what I could have changed, you know, but I really wish that I'd have got more questions around how can we do more preventive work for young people to keep them out of certain environments, to keep them more, engaged in school and around positive things. Or, how can we support those who are formerly incarcerated or incarcerated that's coming home, in their reentry process? Even while they're in prison, it should be more, emotional, programs, self-help programs, you know, um, educational opportunities, vocational opportunities, to allow people to, build on themselves educationally, and emotionally, and when people come home, it gives them a greater opportunity to be able to be successful out here in society. So I wish those were some of the questions that, I could have been asked. And I also want to talk about, a book that I'm very proud of. It just dropped, this year on Mother's Day, called, Change is Possible. And the book is about my life, and I wanted to be as honest as I could, in my book and be myself in my book and don't lose myself, you know, um, with trying to, impress people or, you know, just, not be myself. But I was through myself. I was myself through the process, and it really, really allowed me to look back on my life, some of the things I've been through, where I am today in my life, um, how proud I am to be a father and a husband, to be free, you know, and I just want the book, to be of some support of those who are formerly incarcerated and those who are currently incarcerated, to give hope. Because I believe that without hope, a lot of times we have no light that we could look at in the tunnel, and I gave my truth in the book, you know, um, and I wanted people to see that, I went through a whole lot of things, but I've changed my life. Um, I'm a better person. I'm a more mature person, and I, am using my life, for the better, in the work that I do, to help fight and ban life without parole for children nationally, you know, uh, and I'm very honored to be in this space to see people come home and to be able to be alongside their family, and their children, and that's why I really wrote the book, to give hope, to give hope and to show people that haven't been incarcerated also that it's many of us, around the country that's changed our life, that's doing wonderful things in the community and doing all that we can to be a part, of the change in the community. So that's why I wrote the book, and it's my journal to the world. It's my journal to the world. I've lived it, I've written it, and now I want to allow the world to see, my experience and what I've been through. So that's why I wrote the book, and I hope that, if you're hearing this, that you can go enjoy the book. Thank you.